What's up, guys? Today I decided to upload my video concerning how I was managed to give up such a bad habit as smoking. So basically, I would like to say a couple of words about myself. I used to smoke. I could consider myself as non-regular smoker. I mean, when I was going, I didn't smoke. At least from the beginning, I didn't smoke like a packet of cigarettes for a day. But when I was going to bar, after having a couple of drinks, having a couple of conversation, I usually smoke several cigarettes. Uh, Honestly speaking, I even had addiction. I think that I had even stronger addiction to smoking rather than drinking. I could easily withstand of having some cocktail, wine, glass of wine, but without smoking it was quite complicated. Uh, Also, I was blindly believed that smoking gives me an opportunity, helps me to improve my digestion. Because there was a period of time when I was eating a lot, and I was thinking like, oh my God, after having a big meal, I should smoke a cigarette. So I would like to say about a couple of words about negative impacts. And on the background of image, what you see here is not actually pie or something like that. It's common traditional pictures which you can find dozens of such images in online. It's actually lungs of smoker. And the negative impact is, first of all, because I'm male, it's prostate risk of having prostate cancer for men. Uh, Secondly, it's whenever you smoke, you will have skin problems. When you look at all those women who has wrinkles, it definitely comes from smoking. Also, there is a bad smell coming from mouth. You have bad breathing, and personally, I believe when I used to smoke, I had insomnia, I had headaches, I had fatigue. Uh, some nervous tension, and you should also think about such a fact that when you smoke, you're like a small plant. You inhale and exhale some negative, some bad, mm, how to say in English, sorry, some bad stuff in air, and also it reduces your immune system smoking. Okay, let's return back to origin. Why actually people smoke? As I said, for instance, some people have misbelieved that smoking helps them to reduce stress, to reduce pressure. On the other hand, it might be that some of their relatives, friends, even beloved one, they smoke, so this is why they also smoke. And at the same time, we have a strong company advertisements and all these bad guys in the movies who smokes, but for some reasons they are, really strong, which actually I cannot understand. But it's not true what I was trying to say. Also, it's a way to socialize yourself. When I used to pick up girls more often than I do currently, I usually consider it as a way to start communication, like saying something not about, even saying that how good they are looking when they smoke, or asking for a light. And again, for instance, some people do believe that it helps to digest food, it helps in digestion process. At the same time, some desperate people, they are saying that, oh, I cannot stand without smoking, I get used to it, it's my habit, as drinking coffee, something like that. Okay, so what I used to believe personally is that smoking helps to reduce pressure, but actually, after that I figure out that smoking, how does it work? It works in such a way that when you smoke, your brain, it doesn't get sufficient amount of oxygen needed for breathing, for keeping your body, for keeping all these chemical reactions happening in your body. So in that case, uh, if you have some kind of problems, if you are thinking about something, of course, your body will consider, um, instead of that, your brain will give you a signal uh, to put smoking as the first priority. So you will stop smoke. You will get additional air. Like to give sufficient amount of blood to your brain. So that is why it's the same thing. So for instance, if you're having headache and someone will break your leg, you will forget about your headache at least for some period of time, because there will be a new damage, new injury, which is your broken leg. It's quite understandable. And also, I believe that, as I said, I could approach girls, and I was actually quite successful, because I used to date with many girls who smoked. Also, personally, at least from the beginning, how I started smoking, because it was banned by my parents, and I didn't know why it was so bad, but it was prohibited to me, like to smoke, don't smoke. And as a child, I started to smoke when I was 12 years old, and currently I'm almost 30 years old. So I was thinking that, why do they ban me to smoke? Are they trying to, uh, how is it better to say, are they trying to influence on me in such way that I won't be, are they trying to interfere in my raising, in my maturing process? Do they want to influence on me in such way? Um, Again, so this is what I used to believe. And also at the same time, in my surrounding, many guys, they smoked, and they were bad guys, and I was, to some reason, women like bad guys, and I was thinking, wow, they're a bad guy, they're older than me, why should, and they smoke, so I should probably also smoke. About digestion, I figure out that when you smoke, when you after if there is a, in case of smoking, nicotine absorbs some useful elements from the food, and in such case, you just get less energy value from a food. It's the same thing as putting a bad oil into a car. It definitely will affect you negatively, and also, just kind of like addition, I figure out that in case of smokers in their spittle, they always have, it contains small amount of nicotine. So kissing with such person is not a good idea. It's not a good thing, in the lips especially. So how I decided, how I was quitting smoking. Firstly, from the beginning, I was thinking, well, I will start smoking less. I will smoke, for instance, instead of 12 cigarettes, I will smoke 6. But after that, I realized that it doesn't work. If you want to quit smoking, you have to quit it immediately. But firstly, you have to ask yourself, what does smoking give to you? What is positive? And try to understand that there is no positive influence in case of smoking on a person, you know. Secondly, try to budget your spendings. Think about how much money do you spend on smoking, you know. Imagine yourself, I don't know, laying on a beach in a luxurious hotel, relaxing, buying a new car in a new car, or driving a new car. What I'm trying to say, just try to just try to motivate yourself not to smoke, stay without smoking. Again, for instance, this is especially for men. In case of men, think about that you picked up a girl, really attractive girl of your dream. You come into home, you want to have a sex with her, and then bam, you're physically not able to have a sex. Think about yourself. How to say? Blame about, shout on yourself in such situation. But of course, don't think about too much, because our thoughts have such things that could be uh, injected into our life, into our real life. Okay, on practice. After that, after figuring out that smoking doesn't help me at all, uh, I thinking that there was some gap because one way to know how to do things, another way is to do it in the correct way. So I started jogging. And it was difficult. I wasn't able to run a lot. I wasn't able to run on a high speed. So I was constantly blaming. You see what you have been doing. You won't be become. I even was thinking about how to say to accomplish some goals like running marathon. I was saying I was blame. I was saying to myself, this is consequences of smoking. If you will quit smoke, if you will train a lot, you will be, you will you will run much better. And it helped. It helped. After that, I started to come into gym. I started to feel less fatigue. I felt myself having more energy, and it was great. I even created some kind of like fake image of MMA fighter because I also like martial arts, and I was thinking like, well, look at this guy. For instance, let's call him Ali. Ali is able, to stand 5 rounds. He knows some techniques. He has a good reaction, good speed. So you cannot compete with him. You cannot stand with him. So you have to quit smoking. Uh, Also, was quite important, I was thinking, well, I can quit smoking whenever I want. But in reality, you have to face the fact that smoking is kind of addiction. It's probably less stronger than, for instance, drug addiction. But on the other hand, and it's at the same time, it doesn't damage your health in such excessive way as, for instance, drug addiction. But anyway, it's addiction, and cool guys, they don't smoke. They don't. Cool guys and how to say, wisdom guys, wisdom people, they don't damage, they don't destroy themselves deliberately. At the same time, well, some people say that smoking is I cannot stand without cigarette. I have to smoke, so they smoke without stopping. It's not true, because when you sleep, you don't wake up during night, like randomly. Oh my God, I have to smoke. I have forgotten to have a cigarette at night. So that's the point. The point is you can live without smoke, without cigarette. I even what also I did when it didn't work, when many of things didn't work. I smoked so much cigarettes that especially on weekend, I had a plan, having party, having doing some other stuff. So I pushed pressure on myself. I punished myself in such a way that I smoked so many cigarettes that I was like, "Line, oh my God, I'm going to die." I was thinking even about calling emergency because I was like really so destroyed. I had terrible headache. I wasn't able to go out with my friends, so I completely smashed my plans for weekend and ruined them. Okay, in conclusion, I can say that what did I gain? What and where is the warranty that I won't smoke? There is no such thing. But at least personally, I can say that I don't need to. I don't have any desire to smoke. I can stand without smoking. I can come into a circle of smoking people, and I won't ask them a cigarette. I can meet a girl. I even can tell her honestly, looking at her, because I'm trying to improve society. I try to help people. What are you doing? You're damaging your health. Think about your future. Think about kids. Think about your future kids. Think about, I don't know, about pollution, about those people who stands around you. They smoke passively, because you are kind of like, as I said, you're kind of plant who produce some hazardous elements. Okay, in such case, some guys, naive guys, sorry for that, can ask, why in this case tobacco is produced? Why is produced? Well, because it's based on money. We are too